4 of them. I'm like, perfect.
And you didn't know that?
I didn't. I should have assumed that because
He's
you're
on
so
the
involved.
board.
But it's like, I'm like, perfect, because then when another nonprofit asks me, why didn't you pick me? I'm going, oh, I asked Cindy.
She's on the board. Like, I'm so sorry. And it's funny because you don't want to disappoint. You have the sweetest heart, Julie.
No.
You would never want to turn anyone away. But at least people, if they wanted to, they could actually contact you to get a booth, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm also involving some of the schools. I have Joey from the literature department from Troy High School.
Wow.
What he has his students doing, he's like, Julie, the band gets attention. The athletes get attention. My kids are over here doing these beautiful poems and short stories and doing all kinds of artwork with all different types of mediums. And he goes, I want them to have visibility. So he last year did a 4-color glossy magazine that showcases all the art and the stories. So I told him, Joey, I want you promoting that book at the show because it's all about families.
Wow.
So if I can do anything that's really supporting the Troy community, then that's what I want this show to really be all about. It's all about connecting the good people of the world.
Yes. And there's so many of them in Troy.
They really are. They really are.
I just realized that I was just helping out at a lot of the elementary schools. And so I actually was able to work at every single elementary school in Troy.
Wow, that must have been so much fun with the kids.
Every single one. It really was. So it was like before and after school mostly. But it was so cool because I was like, okay, well, how many more have I not worked at? So over the course of the summer, a lot of them do summer programs.
Yes, yes.
And so sometimes they need help. And so I was able to work at every single one. But Troy, honestly, like those kids are dedicated. They are fun. They're so smart. Like, and they will create like projects, and they'll be like, "Yeah, let's do a whatever, let's do." And then they're all like hard at work and creating these things, and so it's amazing. If you want something done.
Because I don't think they don't restrict themselves like we do as we become adults.
Yeah.
They know that there's endless possibilities.
Yes.
Us, we're like, oh, that's not going to work because. Not with them.
No.
They've got endless possibilities.
Sometimes we end up being the student and they end up being the master or the teacher.
Yes, agreed, because we've got more, I don't know if it's positive or sometimes some negative experiences, right?
Yeah.
Versus they're probably, like I remember one time I was doing a talk with a bunch of students for Detroit Public Schools. And it was amazing. I asked them, what do you want to be when you grow up? Every single one of them said, I want to be an entrepreneur.
Wow.
But when I asked them...
I love that.
I mean, okay, but what does that mean? Well, that means I work for myself. Well, yes, but you also realize how much else is involved?
Wow. Did you tell them about your business?
I did.
They must have been inspired because it's one thing to say you're going to start one. It's another thing to have one for several years.
And realize, you know what, you're going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
You really are. And you just have to go, okay, I won't do that again. I learned my lesson, and you
Right.
move on. I mean,
Right.
I still make mistakes, but that's how you learn. If you're not making mistakes, you're not learning.
That's true. You're not trying new things and really, like you've never done this event before. So even this is new, but I feel like
Well, it's new, and I did them before. It
you
was
did them before.
It was like 20 years ago, but it was in the wedding industry, and it was bridal shows.
Wow.
Back then, guess what? You didn't have QR codes. So when people registered, they were handwriting it. So imagine trying to figure out everybody's handwriting versus now I can have them scan a QR code and they can type it right there themselves. I don't have to worry about somebody fat fingering. Well, probably still fat fingering something, but I'm going to be utilizing QR codes and technology so much. Social media wasn't out there as much as it is now.
No, that's true.
It's changed
It's a different
lot.
world, right?
It is. It is.
So, how did you get the idea to do this event with nonprofits? Like, what was the initial excellent idea? Like, where did that come from? Like, did you meet people? Did you meet Cindy Stewart and that kind of helped? Or how did you come up with the idea?
By
Because I
being
think it's
involved
brilliant.
with the chamber and having a lot of my friends that actually launched their own nonprofits, it was like there's so many of them out there and they're all doing so many good things,
Yeah.
but they're struggling with getting the word out. And I thought, okay, if I really want to, the heart of the community, right, Troy community love, how do I connect the nonprofits, with the businesses that they're looking to support them, with the people that live in the community or work in the community. How do I get all those people together?
Wow.
And by knowing a lot of them because of my experience with the Troy Chamber of Commerce and still being an active person,
I was going to ask
I
you.
knew a bunch of them through there. It was just a matter of then, how do I pick?
That's true. How do you pick, right? And thank you, Cindy, for
yes.
making available the 4 nonprofits that are like the anchors.
And they're so excited. They really are. They are. They are. Because it's like, even with this interviewing, I don't know if maybe they've been interviewed before, but for them to really tell their story and why are they in a nonprofit and
Right.
why is a nonprofit in Troy and why is it that specific one and what have you actually done? Give me some recent stories of how you really impacted the community. Not only what you hope to do, but what have you actually done?
Yeah, I
and
like
they've
that.
done so much.
I like that, Julie. Because, because people can be like, oh, I didn't even know that was possible. I didn't even know that service or that, that offering was even there. I had no idea. I think there's going to be people like that they want to connect with that need their services.
Exactly. Like I was interesting. I met with Jim today from the Boys and Girls Club because I wanted to walk around and do some more measurements and logistics and all that type of stuff. And I told him, giving him some initial questions to think about, was like, do you have to live in Troy to go to the Troy Boys and Girls Club? And he said no.
Oh my gosh, I would have never known that.
I would have never known that either.
I like how you thought to ask that.
Well, and that's the thing. It's like, can't assume what people know and don't know about you.
True.
So what is it that you know they know, reinforce it, but what do they not know? And sometimes they don't know what they don't know because they've been in that world. You have to ask from somebody brand new. How does this work?
True.
Do they sign a contract? I mean, I don't know. Do you do
yeah.
that? Can you just drop in?
Can
I mean,
you?
I'm a mom.
Can you just?
Yes.
Yeah,
I'm a
bet
mom,
they
and
would
all of a sudden I just heard word last night that the school's going to be closed and I don't have a babysitter lined up. What do I do?
Oh my goodness! So they could help.
Yes.
Why
but
did
people
I
don't know
never
that.
think of them? I mean, that's crazy.
Well, a lot of these nonprofits have got very small staffs. Sometimes they might only have, the Troy Boys and Girls Club has a little bit of a heftier one, but some of them, Troy Community Coalition, it's really one person and a board. And we all know sometimes you have boards that they're active and sometimes you have boards that you just want their name on a list that they're a board member. So as much as I can do to support them, because they're trying to do so much.
But they don't have the people to.
They don't have the people. And it's about volunteers. And like I've worked with some of them, mentoring them that, you have, let's say, a pool of volunteers. They all have things they want to do and don't want to do. I want to talk to anybody and everybody. Perfect. Well, I don't ever want to talk to anybody unless it's on the phone. Or I don't want to talk to anybody in person or on the phone. But you know what? If you need envelopes stuffed and stuff like that, I can do that. So figure out what do you need done and who wants to do those things.
That's nice.
So
there's going to be vendors, there's going to be sponsors, and there's going to be nonprofits. Each will provide a giveaway item of various amounts.
Correct.
And our promotion is really on point because did they say at CMN that we can play promotional ads? That we could shoot?
He really wants me to stick around away from the salesy thing. They can talk about, for more information, go to.
Right.
But no call to actions or
Right.
things like that. But that's what I want to talk about. Given Brandon from Green Line, who's one of my silver sponsors. He texted me, Julie, yes, I'd like to do, but I have no idea how to do this, and I'm so scared. I'm like, it's going to be fine. I said, I will give you some things we're going to ask ahead of time, but you're talking about your heart. You're talking about your passion. Why are you in Troy? You're talking about your tips and your knowledge that you have about people that want to work on their lawns, or they need snow removal, or they got drainage issues. Everybody has those things. So I'm not going to ask you something you don't know.
Right. Exactly.
You're going to be just fine.
Exactly. We really are, and no question. But I'm just really glad that you thought of doing this. Did Cindy work for Ethan?
Yes. Yes. The right hand. Every single ribbon cutting, any type of event, Cindy was right there, right along with Ethan. Absolutely.
I'm looking forward to meeting her.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. She's wonderful. And I think she probably, as much as she's enjoying all this traveling that she's doing, you should hear about some of these trips. Oh, my gosh. I know that she's still on the board of those nonprofits, and she retired a year ago.
Wow, she didn't have to.
No, because she just loves what she does, and she loves the community. Yes.
Yeah,
yes,
Troy is
yes.
special. You know what? Troy is special because it looks like it can handle big business, lawyers, doctors, computer companies. Like it looks like it can handle any size business. But the cool thing is that I feel like the parents of Troy really care about their kids and their schools.
They do.
And I don't know if I see that everywhere, but I definitely see that in Troy.
I think it starts from the residents on up. Absolutely. You
Is
know what I
that
mean?
like a
That's
platform? What is that?
Well, I just think that a lot of the people that live in Troy also work in Troy. Obviously, a lot of people work in Troy that commute from other areas.
True.
And I just think that when you have the bases, the community at the ground level of the families, that just goes into everything else that the community does.
Because the shopping in Troy is really the best, right?
Oh, yes.
The shopping.
The shopping, the variety of stores, the different cultures.
I mean, there's so many like Indian restaurants and like you could be like, oh, I've never tried that kind of Indian food before. Let me just go try it. It's right there in your backyard.
Exactly. All cultures,
All
at all
cultures.
income levels, at all industries. I think truly a cross-section of everything. If you want to find it, it's here in Troy.
It really is.
It really is. It really is.
And it's also central, like also just location-wise, isn't it perfectly situated in terms of like the Detroit metro area, like in Michigan, like in Detroit? I feel like it's so perfectly placed because it's very central.
Right, because you can hop on right on 75. So whether or not you're headed up north or you're heading down into downtown Detroit or you're going to the east side or the west side, go over and hit
Kind of
696.
passing right through Troy.
You really are. You really are. And I think that's why you do have so many of the world headquarters and your Fortune 500 companies here. It was easily accessible from all areas.
Wow. I think J.D. Power has like a huge building. I saw their name on a building, J.D. Power, of the that they do a lot of the kind of ranking of huge companies and industries, and like they chose Troy. Like think about all the companies.
They could have gone. Remember years ago, it used to be Southfield?
Wow.
Remember?
Yes.
I mean, that's probably going back about, I'm aging myself now, but probably
No, but I know
20,
what you
30
mean.
years ago.
You know
Everybody,
those gold buildings?
yes.
The town center?
Yes.
Yeah, and I feel like, well, Somerset is a huge draw.
Absolutely.
Because the restaurants around there,
exactly.
like they're beautiful, right? Mm-hmm. I remember when Maggiano's came in and everybody was like, oh, this is like authentic Italian. And
they're good food. Oh, my gosh.
Art-
Very,
Dude,
very good
have you-
food.
Oh,
yeah.
my God. And I think they're the only restaurant I know, and I hope they still do this, but you choose your dinner entree and then you choose one to take home.
I bet you they still do that.
I hope they
last
do,
time
'cause
I was
it's
there,
so
it was
unique.
a lunch, so it probably wasn't available.
Well, we need to go there at dinner time,
Yes,
Julie.
we do.
We need to go there. We're going to call it a business meeting, but we're going to...
I'll pick something I want to try. You pick something you want to try, and then we can switch
And
leftovers.
then we can, like, try both, right?
Yep,
So,
there you go.
yeah, but I'm really excited about this. I really hope that the weather is beautiful on Father's Day. And some people are looking for something to do with their dad, and they might be like, you know what, like, what's going on? So we really have to we have to really promote this because people may not know that we have this going on. And so, like, they might be looking for somewhere to take their dad.
And sometimes they do want to do something that's different, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, most of the activities, everything will be inside.
Yes.
But I do have some things planned for outside, weather permitting, because that's the one thing.
I know. I'm glad we don't have to depend on weather. Like, I'm glad you have an indoor venue, because I feel sorry for like brides and stuff, and when they like have an outdoor wedding, all they do is worry about the weather.
You know what's interesting? You just said that. It reminded me. At the Boys and Girls Club, they actually had some weddings there.
They do?
And I was like, you got to be kidding me. Well, what it was, they had a couple of their staff members that were getting married. So what they did in the back of the Boys and Girls Club, they have this beautiful wooden pavilion. And they did it all with the tulle and the white lights, and that's where they had
It must have been beautiful.
I'm like, I want to see pictures of that. Who would think about that, right? And people are going rustic. So that's rustic. It's a pavilion.
It's perfect.
And something unique and different. right? Like
But
you said.
lovely. And then they work there, so they truly believe in they believe in the Boys and Girls
Can you imagine
Club.
what their vows were?
No, you know what I mean? So, okay, so pre-show, we're going to be having, so you're going to be promoting on Facebook, LinkedIn. You have a Facebook group. Can you tell us the name of the Facebook
Yep,
group?
actually the group is called Troy Community Love.
Good.
And there's a lot of Facebook groups in Troy, but what I wanted for this one to be different, a number of things. Number one, you cannot post anonymously.
Good.
I'm a firm believer that if you're not willing to put your name behind it, you shouldn't say it.
True.
Nothing political, nothing controversial, everything positive. And it's hyper local to Troy. So you have to either live in Troy, work in Troy. If you're posting about a business, not only does that business need to be located in Troy, but I'm vetting those businesses out.
Nice.
So I make sure I look to see how they actually register with the state of Michigan.
Okay.
And they are. I want to have a phone conversation
like
with
that.
them. That way, if I'm promoting them, to me, if it's on my Facebook group, I'm not saying I'm endorsing them, but in a weird way, it's tied to my
Kind of.
name.
Like a dotted line relationship,
Yeah.
right?
So I want to connect the good people of the world. So Troy Community Love is anything and everything positive that is happening in Troy.
So you very generously are allowing 25% savings on any supplies needed. That's really generous of you, because people might be like, where do I get this? I really want to get these things, and I want to have something to hand out. I want to have our team in matching T-shirts. I want, there's so much need. They may not have like a tablecloth with their logo on it. So you handle all those kinds of things?
Absolutely. Yep. I've been doing that for, almost 20 years now.
Oh, you're amazing.
So-
I didn't know it's been that long. So you
Yep.
really know the industry.
I do.
Promotional
I
products.
do. And what I do is any vendor that I work with, I've got some rules. They have to be based in the United States.
I like that.
And not only just because I'm very patriotic, but
Yeah.
also I don't want to be worried about if they're stuck on a boat way out in the middle of Florida and they can't get in or something, right? Other thing is, if I cannot pick up the phone and call and talk to somebody live,
Like an actual person?
I won't do business with them.
I like that.
Because if I have a client that has an immediate need or an issue, I want to solve it for them as quickly as I possibly can.
Right.
So a majority of them United States based, ideally a live person I can get a hold of, and if I can have them be local, that's
all the better.
That's all the better. Absolutely.
So the day of the event, tell me about the day of the event. You're going to have tables. There's booth space. There's some networking. Of course, networking the whole time.
Yeah, and that's another part of it. A lot of people that will do a trade show, they just sell you a booth. They make your money from selling the booth. And honestly, no. For me, it's about connecting everybody. And I'll make a little bit of money, don't get me wrong.
Sure.
But if they
a big event.
if they need the tablecloth, I'll make some money on that. So there's kind of a number of different revenue streams
Yeah.
where I don't have to focus on making money from that one thing.
Okay.
But by having the vendors there inside of the room, and I want there to be a networking component, because if I can pull together 40 local businesses that I know, love, and trust, then those are the ones I want them to work together. So I'm actually
Wow.
even thinking about doing a contest of how they all have their booths done. So
That's
the
a good
doors won't
idea.
open till noon, but the vendors have to be set up by 11 o'clock.
That's smart.
And I want to just give them some direction. Do not sit behind your booth and chew gum. Don't play on your phone.
Talk to people.
Engage with people.
Yeah.
Have some good conversations. But I also want them to walk around the room and get to know some of the other vendors. So I'm doing a program that'll have all their contact information. But I want them to, let's come up with our top 3 booths that we liked the best, and they'll win some kind of a prize
That's
from me.
awesome. That's a great
But
idea.
that way, it's a business to business, but consumers as well. Like, it's all about connecting the good people.
It really is. Yeah, can I ask you a huge favor?
Sure.
Could you share the list of business people with me, because then I could invite.
That's exact. Absolutely.
And it's just out of the goodness of my heart. I don't make any money,
Nope.
but that might be a nice thing.
It's
So
right.
you'll share that list with me.
Absolutely.
I love that.
Absolutely.
Post-event, then you have like a social media push saying thank you. And so you are going to have more connections on Facebook, LinkedIn. You're going to have an email campaign. And then you're also going to say who won which prize.
Yes, that was interesting
That's
to figure
smart.
out because
That's smart.
it's like I've thought about having all the prizes drawn that day.
Yeah.
But honestly, nobody wants to sit around waiting for 40 people to get their name called, right? That's reality. But so what'll happen is everybody will come into the room. There'll be posters of each vendor, what their giveaway item is with a QR code.
Good.
So that they can scan it.
Good.
So, because, I mean, if they register for everything, they don't really want to win everything. I want
Yeah.
them to register for the things that they really want to win. And then all of those people that are polled and win, they'll be announced. And it'll either be probably a combination of places on the Facebook group, because it draws traffic there, right?
That's true.
On my website as well.
Okay.
But that's where they'll be announced.
Okay. So within a week of the show, you're
Yes.
thinking,
Yep.
and then they will also, I like this idea, Julie. I like that you can have a spreadsheet of the attendees, because if it's too busy on the day because they're helping people in front of them, they can still have like each other's information.
Exactly.
Because I think, I just want to ask you, if you're like me, I think you are, the greatest joy in my life is to connect two people who need each other. Do you understand
it's
that?
almost right. It's almost like, I don't want to say it's like being a matchmaker.
Yeah, it so is. I wondered if you were like that too, but I realized that there's literally a joy in connecting people who need each other. So I really like the spreadsheet so that they can contact each other afterwards.
Right. So I want the vendors will have a spreadsheet of all the other vendors. If I can introduce them
So
to each other,
smart.
absolutely, because I want them working together. And then everybody that registers who comes into the show, that list, as long as they opt in, because there are CAM spam acts, you got to make sure that people opt in to receive emails.
Okay.
I want the vendors to get that list a week or two after the show so they can follow up with everybody that came. But
Wow.
the day of the show, talk to people, and the ones that you're really engaging with that are really interested in your product or service, you should get their name and information right there on the spot so you can
Right.
follow up with them in 24 to 48 hours.
Right.
I want them to have good, solid conversations, not just saying, oh my God, I just got to grab everybody's card to make sure everybody walks out. No, it's not down dirty quick. I want quality.
Everything you do has so much thought behind it. And I think that's why people, once they deal with you, once they work with you, once they meet you, I really feel like you will have their business, because you want to be the person that they think of first when they are going to do T-shirts for their employees.
Exactly. Absolutely. Because I really take extra care. With the apparel, I want to bring it to you so you can touch the material
That's so
and
nice.
feel the material and actually try it on. I hate it when somebody goes, I just ordered 200 T-shirts online and we got them and the sizes were all off. Well, we know as women, right? We can go to different brands and a small, medium, or large. I mean, there's one brand out there that I'm extra and extra large. There's no way in heck
That
I'm
doesn't
an
make
extra
any
large.
sense.
But I am. So I tell people, you can't just automatically decide that's your size. You've got to really take shirt out, put it on the floor or on a table or on your bed and lay it out and measure it left to right, and so you know the actual measurement of that shirt.
That's
But I
true.
want you to feel them. So I want to take that extra care because I don't want anything to be a negative experience.
Do they have, sometimes they'll have T-shirts that are a really soft feel. Mm-hmm. Do you have that option?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Because people generally keep if they work at a company, they could be keeping that T-shirt for years, because every time there's a company event, oh, I'll wear my T-shirt. But if it's a nice material, then you actually are happy to reach for it. So you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, exactly. Oh, exactly. And there's quite a few that there's cotton blends.
Yeah.
That they have a really soft feel to them, but yet they still hold their shape.
Yeah.
Or for anybody that's doing things that are like landscapers, where they're out in the heat and they're sweating, heating and plumbing, any of those industries.
True.
They want a shirt that's breathable, which you would think would be a cotton, but if it's also like a dry fit. When I do a lot of my trips, sometimes I like those types of shirts because guess what? If I need to, I can wash it in the sink and hang it up, and it'll dry and it's not wrinkled.
Is that what dry fit means?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So you also have that.
Yep.
Isn't that incredible? Yeah, because it's true. There's certain use cases that, they would need something that's
What do you do
I
for
want
a
to wear it
living?
again.
How often are you going to wear it? Is it something you just want to throw out into the audience as a free giveaway? Or do you really want something that nice that people are going to
Like a
wear
nice-
over and over again because they
Yeah.
really And people are very particular about what they put on. They really are.
Yeah.
Color, size, how it feels. People can be very, very particular.
So I like that there's an initial like $5 cash donation to attend. This goes directly to the nonprofits. So
What's interesting, remember I talked about the QR codes?
Yeah. So how does that work?
I was
the
trying
QR
to figure out
codes?
how in the world do I have them, because if money comes through me, there's a lot of red tape and all that tracking. So how do I get people to come into the room, pick which nonprofit they want to support, and short of them handing them a $5 bill, because how many times people don't carry around cash anymore?
No, that's true.
They want to do it with, the
You're
different
so right.
apps.
You're so
So
right.
nowadays, this is what's changed. Every single one of those nonprofits has a special QR code
Wow.
that they can scan that takes them right to a form that they can fill out and donate directly to those nonprofits.
Oh, that's amazing. And it's got their tax numbers and all
Yes,
that.
everything that
We
you
don't have to worry about that.
No, exactly. So that's going to work out perfectly. Now, if they don't know which one they want to donate to for some reason, or maybe they don't have a smartphone. Believe it or not, there's people out there that do not have a smartphone.
It could be.
Okay?
It could be, yes.
Then I'll have a box where they can just put 5 singles in there or $5 in
that's
there, and then
awesome.
I'll divide it up and give it to the nonprofits. But it's not so much a revenue generator for me as much as it really is awareness for the vendors and the sponsors and the nonprofits. And I want them to donate directly to those nonprofits by
Yeah,
hearing and
absolutely.
seeing all the wonderful things that they do.
I mean, especially since they're coming out on Father's Day to engage with the community. You kind of want to make it worth their time. You want them to have a great day.
Exactly. We just have to pray the weather cooperates, because there
I
are
hope
some cool
so.
activities I
So
want to
tell
have
us about
outside.
what you have planned. If it's a nice day, what do you have planned?
Well,
if
we
it's a
do
nice
have
day?
the Troy Library's bookmobile showing up.
That's wonderful.
So that's going to be cool, because people may not even realize the library has one. And what does it actually do? And how can I support it? And you mean I can get a library card right here today? And you can. So that'll be very cool.
Really, that's possible?
Oh yeah. I didn't know that. I did not know that at all. Because I'm thinking old school library. Remember, you used to pull out the racks of cards. My God,
I used to work in a library. We used to have like library cards.
Yeah, and you signed the little thing
there's
out.
like a little pocket. Do you know what I mean? Oh my God, that's so crazy.
And
I
and
love
the other
working in
thing
a library.
I'm really excited about this one is
That's funny.
look up Hot Rod Sherry. Hot Rod Sherry.
How do you spell Sherry?
Cheri.
Okay.
She runs the Riding Academy for Wolverine, Harley Davidson. She is one of the coaches there as well. She was actually my instructor when I learned how to ride a
I'm
motorcycle.
so glad.
She competes across the entire United States and Canada with precision, slow motorcycle riding. So if the weather cooperates, right in the front, I'm going to have a course set up for her with cones. So she's going to be able to show people, this woman is amazing. And she does this. Some
She
people,
can compete, right?
she competes.
Yeah.
She competes. And when they do these, they're not only scored based on timing going through the course, but they can't hit any cones. And obviously, you can't put your foot down. You can't drop your bike. And she does this on
How did she do that? Like,
it's like when she tells me, it's just a talent she has.
it's 300 pounds.
Yes. If not
Right?
more. Those dressers can be 800 pounds.
I did
So
not.
I love it when she shows those really big, bad motorcycle guys that will come on, chick, you're going to show me. And oh, yeah.
But
Oh,
they
yeah.
can't ride like her.
No, they can't. They can't. And she just bought herself a brand new motorcycle. So she's bringing her brand new
Oh,
bike.
that's wonderful.
She's bringing another bike that they actually train on. That'll have the crash bars and all of that.
Yeah.
But she's bringing, and I'm really geeked about this, it's called a Jump Start. It's a complete motorcycle up on a stand. So you can, if you've ever wondered what it would be like to be on a motorcycle, what do you mean they go through gears and stuff? You can actually get on this motorcycle, start it, go through all the gears, but because it's elevated on a stand, it doesn't go anywhere.
Unbelievable.
So, and I'm really excited about
That's
that part
really,
of it too.
like,
because think about it,
unique.
how many dads out there are like, come on, what dad doesn't want to be a motorcycle guy?
Completely.
because that's cool. Come on,
They
come
want
on.
the wind in their hair, like you're right. Like they just love the whole experience.
Bad rebel, all that kind of stuff.
And their kids are with them, so they want to show off a little.
Yeah, I think I'm really looking forward to that.
Idea. Oh my God. Yeah, and I'm going to check into the photo booth because a lot of people enjoy that as well. And then what happens is then they have like a souvenir to take with them and all that. But we could also like make a scrapbook of.
Exactly.
So there's lots of really cool things that you're doing that I think really make you like
I want unique and different.
Yeah.
Because everybody you can
tell.
do chair massages, or maybe you do the tattoos, the temporary tattoos for the kids, or the face painting. But
what do you want to do?
I'll tell you how many times we were out on motorcycle rides and you got the vest on with all your patches. I'll never forget this. We're sitting at a Dairy Queen. This mom gets out of her car with her little girl. We're all standing there, big bad bikers, licking our ice cream cones, right, and our leather. The little girl looks over. I will never forget this. Mom, look at all the brownies. She thought we were brownies because we had the patches.
That's hilarious. I don't think she realized how funny that was.
Her mom was probably horrified.
So funny. They're like, they're not Girl Guides, like, right? Like that's like. So
but you see these big bad motorcycle guys and their leathers and their beard and all their tattoos and they're looking at ice cream cone. Oh my God.
I think it's really cool that you wanted to do it and that you had the courage to try because it's no joke. Motorcycles are.
You're doing what?
Yeah.
But I'll tell you something. It's going to be an attention drawer. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's for sure. And also, they're usually pretty loud. And the good thing is that they're loud because you want to hear a motorcycle. If you're driving and it's in a blind spot, like it's a really good thing that they are loud because can you imagine if you didn't see them?
Right, exactly. And that's why I think a lot of times people don't realize if you've got a motorcycle alongside of you as it goes to pass you, it will rev its engine, not because it's trying to show off, but because that way you know that it's there. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So that's good that they teach motorcycle safety with, like, in a sense, making up for drivers who don't see them. Also, I feel like motorcyclists, like, they kind of make it a point to look at the driver's rear view, side view mirror.
You always have a way out. You have to always have an escape route. That's why you'll see a lot of times with a motorcycle, if it pulls up behind a vehicle, you're in stop-and-go traffic, they typically won't stop in the center of the car, in the back. They're either to the left or to the right, because that way, if they look behind them and maybe somebody's not stopping fast enough, they can go around that car. Wow. There's a lot of things, and that's when I went through, although I much more...
Because you went through motorcycle safety.
Well, the training courses kind of teaches you that.
Good.
You know, because you've got to look at, like I said, always know where you're going, look to where you want to go, make sure you've got that escape route if you need it. And I think by going through the course and learning it, although I still prefer just to be on the back and enjoy the scenery and everything.
Me too.
I've learned a lot of that. Like, I find myself, I'm even making sure I make eye contact with the cars because if they want to make sure they see you.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, or there's times where we need to change lanes where I'll look over, make eye contact, and go, can I get over there?
Right.
And they see me, and they'll go thumbs up, and then they'll let me over.
That's
so
amazing.
There's a lot of things, and there's a lot of very, very, very courteous.
Yeah, courteous.
Oh, yeah.
I like that word, courteous. It's like courtesy, you know, it's just sweet. It's like a sweet thing. Like, so yeah. So I just wanted to, just kind of like if there's anything else that, is there any? So people want to come, then how can they like sign up? Like, could they also come in to the door?
It's not being sold. They don't have to buy a ticket.
Oh,
They
okay,
don't have to
'cause
register.
It's a donation.
But basically, and that's the hard part because I've got my vendors and sponsors going, how many people? Well, because I'm not charging, which is a benefit. Because
it's really great.
I don't want to charge. Because I'm not charging, I don't really have. But there'll be some ways to kind of measure it ahead of time based on engagement of the social media. As we get closer to the day of the event, probably about 6 weeks out, I'll be promoting more about the vendors that are coming that are handing out food samples.
That's awesome.
And the different activities that are going on, all the different prizes that are available for them to win that day. Because that's the sizzle that'll bring them to want to come in, especially with a lot of them being male-oriented.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
it is Father's Day.
So smart, really. Yeah, it really is.
I
think
wanted a
that's
boat charter, but I didn't get it this year. But I will next year. Oh, yeah.
It's great that this is the first annual because, people that come, they're going to want to come back. So it's kind of like you're going to start with a list of people who are already raving fans.
Exactly.
It's really smart to do that every year.
And a lot of the vendors, like I said, a lot of them, they're companies that I know. They may or may not do business with me yet, okay? But I know these people. And I'm actually going to do a little bit of an announcement to the attendees before they
that's
come
really
into the
nice.
room and let them know that I have handpicked these vendors. I
Wow.
know them. So I'm fully confident that you're going to have only good experiences now. But for some reason, if you have a bad one, you get a hold of me. I want to know. So I can,
Yeah, I think
but I don't anticipate anything because it's not like I'm, just randomly selling booths. I know these people, and they're good people. Like I said, life's too short to deal with. I was talking to Chris. My thing was this year, my life's too short to deal with buttheads as he walks by.
I know, and then he's like, "Tell Sue, no buttheads,
No buttheads.
I was like,
The
"That's
good
a good
people.
policy."
The good people. The good
Yeah,
people.
because you know what? Like you can tell when people are genuine, and I think a lot of people that give of their time and believe in causes and truly want people in the community to know, hey, like there's help. Like we want you to know that
Like
these
Troy people concerned. Honestly, I didn't know who they were until
never
Cindy told me
heard of
about
them,
them.
like-
And Cindy's the president. And I'm like, I said, but what do they do? She goes, Julie, you have an elderly woman that we get a snowstorm and she can't get out there to shovel, but she
No.
needs to because maybe she's got somebody dropping off meds, that type of stuff. Or if there's somebody disabled or a veteran, there's a lot that they do to support the community that is
Wow.
in need. And I didn't even know that existed.
I didn't either.
So, and I've been in this business community since 2001, but just goes to show you that it doesn't matter how long you've lived or worked, that there's always more to learn about your own backyard.
Yeah, that's amazing. I think, young people too. Young people, you know how you said you asked a group of students what did they want to become, and they said entrepreneurs. And I love that because there is a need, right, for businesses.
Absolutely. And follow
There's-
your own dream.
Right. Right.
They don't realize all the responsibility that comes along with it.
No.
But it's
Like-
nice to know that they're ambitious enough that, you know what, I want to own my own company. I want to do my own thing. I don't want to have to listen to anybody else. Of course,
Right.
you still do in some
That's
ways.
wonderful. But you
But,
too.
yeah.
So like you also created your own company, and I'm just I'm amazed at like what you do. Like just tell me a little bit about some of the products that you can have like a logo printed on. So is there something that is kind of like the new thing that people like to put their logo on? Like there might be, I don't know, they have like fidget spinners and they have different things like that. But
You
can
even
you
have
think of
fidget things that can be on an end of a pen, believe it or not.
Isn't that interesting?
Yes. So there's a pen that I have that
That's a
actually
good
it glows
idea.
in the dark.
Oh, that's
Or the
such a
little
good
spinners.
idea.
There's all kinds of really unique things, but what I really try to do is think outside of the box.
Yeah.
A weird, funny story is I was dealing with a company that works with women that are having difficulty getting pregnant.
Yeah.
And as we were
That's-
talking,
oh, gosh.
one of the things that she mentioned, I didn't even know this was possible, that young, healthy women that are still fertile and everything, that they actually can donate their eggs.
Wow.
And I guess I never thought about that,
didn't.
right? So I was teasing with her because she's getting ready to do a trade show. I said, we need to do eggs with your logo on it. And she kind of looked at me funny, but I'm thinking, but that's exactly what you're doing.
That's
And that stands
exactly.
out. They're going to remember. You can hand them a pen. Or, everybody does koozies. But that plays right into who you are, and it's a conversation piece.
Oh, my
So let's
goodness.
brainstorm and not do. And then I have some people that, I want it to be the things that they're going to keep and use, which is the koozie, which is the, it doesn't have to be a Stanley or a high-end
No,
cup or something.
like
but
jar openers. We all need jar openers.
yes.
And aren't they one of the cheapest items you can
Them or
possibly?
those envelope cutter things that you use when you
Oh
slide open.
man, see, people keep them.
They do. So you want to find something that is either useful, so they're going to keep it. I really try to tell people to stay away from food because nowadays you don't know what they're allergic to.
Yeah.
Okay, you don't. And I mean, as much as everybody likes chocolate, in summertime chocolate melts,
Yeah, that's
kind of thing.
true.
So I try to get them to stay away from food
I
items
think
as
you're right.
gifts,
No, I do.
but something that's tangible that they use. And think about, like, I had a landscaping company that was calling on project managers, okay, for property owners and that type of thing. So
Yeah.
get the business doing the parking lots for the buildings.
Okay.
Like, what does that person do? They sit at a desk all the time, don't they? Well, why don't we do a cell phone stand so they can plop their phone up right
Oh
there,
my gosh,
and that's got your
good,
logo on it.
Julie.
Or the IT companies, you should have a mouse pad that says, "Are you ready to pull your hair out yet? Call us." Let's think of something that's cute and unique, but they're
But
going to remember,
useful
and it's
or
useful.
memorable. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I love your imagination because it's true. Like you don't just want to do something to do something. You want them to keep it, to use it, to have it out is so smart because people leave out their mouse pads. Like we don't put that, we just leave it out with your mouse on it. Like, and look at the number of people maybe who go into your office or your place of business and then they're like, oh yeah, that's kind of nice. Like I like that you have your family on it, or I like that you have, your company. But like, do you would if somebody didn't have a logo, would you help them
I can
develop?
create one for them. Absolutely. Yep. And when I do that, I look at it a number of different ways. I have a love-hate relationship with Canva, okay? I really do. It's wonderful in so many different ways, but a lot of times, or people that are they're doing their logo with AI, they can come up with some phenomenal stuff. But what they don't realize is if you put it out there digitally on your website, social media, you don't have to worry about how detailed it is. You don't have to worry about how many colors it is or anything else. If you take that same logo, like I had a company that had 7 different colors in their logo, and they wanted their logo put on a T-shirt. Well, for 7 colors, you pay for the amount of colors. So when I do a logo, I try to look at what are the applications of that logo.
Right.
Or, okay, let's make a really detailed one with gradients that's really cool to appear on social media and digital, but then we need to do a simpler 1 or 2 color logo. That way when you do have things done like apparel,
Right.
then you can do it that way.
Oh my God, that's such good thinking because you're right. Now, like if they could be married to the idea of ombre or some crazy thing, and it's like, how are you going to do that? Replicate that on physical items?
Right, and some things you can, but not
everything.
Not on everything. Not on everything. So that's a lot of times you'll see people, they have a full color version of their logo, then they have a black version, and they have a white version, right? That way, depending on what you're going to use it for. And it's amazing how many times I get a logo, especially when I'm working with my nonprofits, and they're doing a banner or their shirt with all the sponsors on the back. The hardest thing is getting those logos in the right format so they're not fuzzy and look blurry.
That's challenging.
Yes. Oh, Jill, I'm just going to send you everything I have. Oh, great.
Oh my goodness. It's so funny, like the level that you have to think at because of like the complexity of what you do and can provide. You ask really good questions of these businesses. So I'm thinking too, like you are a really good consultant for people who are thinking about going into business.
Because there's a lot that if you pre-plan it, because once it's done, it's done. And not that companies don't change their logos, but you typically don't want to change it dramatically.
Yeah.
Because you've built up a brand or, that visibility's been there and you don't want to change it too much.
No, because it's true. It's really hard to like mid-flight.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God. Like, I think GM did a branding, and I didn't know they were going to do that. And I was like, what is this new, like, this lowercase GM, and where did it go? And they changed it.
The one that gets me is Kia. I look at that, and I still think it looks like an M.
They did change, and it doesn't look like it says Kia anymore.
No, it doesn't. It throws me
like
off
an
every
M.
time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a cool one, don't get me wrong.
Doesn't look like Kia, though.
No, it doesn't.
They should have called you up.
Yeah.
They should have called you up. I think GM should have called you up too. So we have to get the. But I'm going to really enjoy having you on. If you bring in some promotional materials, I would really love that, because then people could actually see in
And
real
that's what
time.
helps. Visuals are really important.
They really are.
They are.
People don't know what's possible, right? Like, you can get your logo on an umbrella. Like, who would not keep that umbrella?
I had a couple of
I
people
would.
that he was with a nonprofit, and he does a lot of traveling. So you know how before it used to be the suitcases we drag behind us.
Yeah.
Now everybody has the backpacks.
Yeah, that's
He
true.
wanted his logo put on the back of his backpack, because that way, wherever he goes, everybody that's behind him as you walk past, think about that. You're in an elevator. You're on an escalator, right?
Everybody's.
It's right there in your face. We've all been on a plane with the person in front of us that has a backpack that doesn't realize it sticks out a foot, and they go to turn.
Right.
So here, think about that. Standing in line, going into your seat on a plane, and the logo's sitting there in front of you.
Everybody's going to see your logo, and
So,
people
like I
can
said,
ask you about your business.
Right. So like I said, there's a lot more that goes into it than people
God,
think.
Julie, you should charge for this advice. What is going on? I can't afford you, girl. Can't afford you, because it's like, no, but you've thought out so many like eventualities, and you could advise people maybe not go this way because of these things. Like, I feel like you see around corners, whereas people who are like, 19 years old and they want to do something, they don't know what's around the corner.
And you know what? I hate it when either nonprofits or the small mom and pops, and I love them because they're so passionate about what they do.
I know.
But a lot of times there's a lot of other things that they don't know, and they can get steered the wrong way. I had one company
It must
that
be
I talked
upsetting
with
for you, because you
it's
want to
very
save the
much
money.
So. I dealt with a tanning company, okay? Somehow they got talked into building a $3,000 website. And I was like, you did what? I said,
They didn't have to do that.
absolutely not. No, there's no way you needed to spend that much money doing that. And I hate it when they're overcharged for things. I built a website for actually one of the nonprofits that's going to be at the show, Troy Community Coalition. And a lot of it, when we went into that, is knowing they have a limited budget. What are they really looking to accomplish? It's more of an online brochure about who they are, a calendar of events, a page that they can go to, people can click and they can donate money to.
Oh, that's
but it's really
brilliant.
that. And only thing she needs to change periodically is once a year or so, when the board might change over a little bit, updating her events, and if she wants to swap out photos. And I'm like, you don't need to spend thousands of dollars to do that. And if you did do that, then every time you want to make a change, you're going to have to pay them to make the change. Let's do something really simple and easy.
Love it.
And I'll teach you how to make those changes.
Then you can make the changes
And then you
yourself.
can make them on your own. Now, if you
Yeah.
want to completely redo a page, I'll do that for you.
Sure.
Okay, but the simple little things like that, I'd rather just show them how to do it.
Me too. I know. Oh, it's crazy, isn't it? Like,
But
yeah,
I just felt so bad for that other company. I'm like, you did what? Don't do that. You
But
do
they
not
don't
need.
have like a buddy that they can ask. Some people are truly going into business by themselves, and they don't have someone to
They
ask.
don't. And unfortunately, there are people out there that are going to
Like, take
lead them
advantage.
astray.
Yeah.
I hate yeah. So there's people out there that will lead you astray, and maybe it's because, and this is, I think, one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to start my own company years and years ago, is just because my sales manager has a pet project and he's up my butt because he wants me to sell it, I'm not selling something if I don't feel it really serves the needs of the person I'm talking to.
Right.
So now, if
You
it
don't
makes
do
sense,
that.
it makes sense. If it
You don't
doesn't,
do
it
that to
doesn't. If there's
people.
an inexpensive way, look, do this first.
Yeah.
Get your feet wet.
Right.
And then once you get more solid, then if you want to take it to the next level, then do that. But right now, you don't need anything more than this.
Wow. Yeah, I like that. And I always believe like simple, like viable, like the simplest viable.
No, 9 times out of 10, that's really all that you need. The more gadgets and it can do this, 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 and this, and this,
You may not need
you're never
that.
going to get there to probably do it anyhow. What are the basic things that you need it to do? Let's take care of that.
do those things. Yeah. So I'm looking forward to interviewing
Abigail from
this
there.
Thursday. I can't wait, and it's going to be really fun. And I hope that maybe CMN. I don't know if it's possible, but like it'd be really nice if somebody could film some of the like a little bit, like even before when people are set up or something. Like I wish there's a way that we could actually film like at the beginning of the event before people come in or something.
What I'll
Because
probably
then
do next year is that
Yeah.
next year I probably will make sure that I have a videographer
just
there.
someone.
What I'm doing this year is the lady that helps me out with my digital, Suman, I love her to death. Her daughter, Saisha, she's, I don't even think she's in high school yet, to be honest with
Oh
you.
my
Isn't that
goodness,
terrible?
she must be good.
She wants to get more comfortable being out in the public. So last year, when the Kiwanis did their mental health event at the Troy Historical Museum, they wanted somebody to go around to take pictures of the booths and all that while when they were set up because they get pulled into. So I told Saisha, "You're going to come with me. I'll go around with the professional camera. You can go around with your iPhone." Because nowadays, my God, the iPhones take such good pictures.
really
They
do.
really do. So I said, you go around with the iPhone and take pictures and talk to people so you feel comfortable. So Saisha is coming to the show.
I'm
I've told her
thrilled.
that you're going to go around and you're going to take pictures of everybody at their booth
I'm
when it's all
so
set up.
happy
And
to
then,
hear this.
because it used to be photojournalistic was a really big deal 15, 20 years ago, which basically just meant candid, right?
Yeah.
It's just candid. So I told her the same thing. You're going to go around, take pictures of the booths, take pictures of people that are fun and interacting. If you want to do short little, like somebody's having fun time having their picture taken with Jake from State Farm, go over there and take a short little 15-second video of that person saying hi to Jake from State Farm or
Right,
whatever.
right.
So she's really, and her mom's just tickled to death because it helps them get out of their, just get out and about and comfortable with
Yeah.
the public.
Yeah.
Which so many of the kids didn't do, and it hurt them during COVID.
Yeah.
So, and she's just a beautiful, wonderful
It's wonderful
girl.
that you like knew about like that she would benefit so much because just giving her that opportunity, and the vendors are like good people, so I love that she's in it's safe for her to go around and talk
Exactly.
to everyone,
Yep.
and then they can get they get their picture taken and all that, because. It's true. Like, I think you have to do some promotion of your business. You could be shy and introverted and all that. I understand that. But there's some days where you're kind of out and you kind of like need to be shaking
Yeah.
hands with people.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, and these are all good, solid people that they're just going to love her to death and make her to feel so comfortable.
It's amazing. I'm so glad. Well, I'm really glad that you had time to come and talk to me about this event and everything. We're going to have some promotional, definitely like on the channel on CMN. We're very invested in this event. And so we will be doing, we're going to be like recording a show in a few days and interviewing the 4 nonprofits and Cindy Stewart. Mm-hmm. And so we can learn like more about the nonprofits from themselves.
Yes, and
which
I've
is
told
really
them to come up with
nice.
some stories about
Yeah.
what they've actually, because we can talk about what their mission is, and we can
Right.
talk about how long they've been here in the community, which I think is very important, don't get me wrong. But I've asked them to really dig deep and come up with some real, true-to-life stories of what they have done that has impacted the community, whether it's a person, it's a family, did they do something with a local church, a school? What are some real life stories of what they've actually done? Because
glad
I don't think
that you had
people
them.
realize what they do.
No, it's impact, right?
Yes.
It's impact. And I just love that you bring to the surface things that are in there, but you bring it to the surface so that people can actually, because it's kind of like you're not on someone's radar if you don't say anything. You're only on the radar. Like it's like a plane coming into like the distance. There's a certain distance where they show up on the radar.
Right.
And so like just off of the radar screen, they could be here and you'll never see them because they're not on the screen.
Yeah. We're creatures
So-
of habits, and that's what I tell people a lot of times when I would deal with the small businesses,
Mm-hmm.
that people are creatures of habits. You can be in the exact same strip center of the store that they go to all the time, and they park, They walk in that store, they walk out, they get in their car, and they drive away.
So
and you're
true.
thinking, I'm 3 stores over. Of course they know I'm here. No, they
No,
don't.
they don't. Oh my God. No, that's such a good example. Oh my God, that's such a good example.
I've
Yeah.
done that myself. Well, what do you mean so-and-so's right there? I go there all the time.
Like,
We're
what?
focused on certain things.
We really are. Get in, get out. Like, I understand that. Thanks so much for your time tonight. I love spending time
I
with
love you, honey. There was something
I
about
love
you
you.
when I first met you. There really was.
I think we're kindred spirits. I think we're cut from the same cloth. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be so much fun Thursday, and we're going to get together and record. But thanks for spending time with us.
Absolutely.
And,
My pleasure.
It's just really, you have work to do, girl.
I do, but
And
that's
it's
okay.
like
It's all fun work.
It's like the highest work. I love that for you.
Hey, I keep waking up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and writing notes.
I'm not the only one who gets ideas.
No.
I will put the light on, and then I'll write it down, and then I'm like, okay, I'm good. And then I put the light off and go back
Because we're afraid we'll forget. Oh, my God.
It's true. But yeah, I'm so glad we met. I'm so glad that you're here, helping, allowing us to help put out the word and creating, something for maybe people, our 140,000 viewers. They could just have it on and be like, yeah, I'm going to put that on my calendar, or, oh, that sounds like fun. I'm going to go check this out, because they're all good people. So Julie has made sure she doesn't ask anyone to come to the event that she doesn't trust, that she doesn't know.
It's very important to me.
So it's really, it's going to be all right. And, but I'm so very glad we met. I'm looking forward to working with you.
Yes.
Because we got work to do, girl. We got some work to do. But we'll also combine it with dinner at Maggiano's.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Thank you. I love you.
Thank you, honey. I love you, too.
We'll talk to you soon. Thank you so much for watching. Is it? No, but isn't it? Isn't our time together don't
It
we
just flows.
We just do. I mean, and so I kind of wish that the nonprofits could see how much fun we have. But I guess they could watch